sales report.
Yeah, so
Monthly that, monthly
so
tax.
on the monthly sales tax
tax
report, this is the big thing, and this is for the city in general. And we'll talk about it at the next council meeting as well, but we're roughly 16% behind for the month of February. So as y'all know, it comes from December sales tax revenue. We are, very behind where we were of December of 2024. So that's, unfortunate news. I think there's a lot of things maybe that contribute to that.
Question about it.
Yes, ma'am.
So, but after the audit that the state did for our local businesses, we got a 16% increase the month before, and we were anticipating a 9% up, right, for this month?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're technically about 9% down.
Well, I mean,
as opposed to the 16%. I know I'm just trying to make sure I understand how it works.
we're really kind of equaling off, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a lot larger hit than we were expecting to happen. I know that the EDC and then I know our local businesses, we just thought with Christmas time, we really rely heavily on the sales tax that is brought in for the month of December. And
I'm really surprised at.
I honestly am too. I mean, I felt that, being out in the community that that sales were up, but I think that maybe a part of that's not all retail though either. So maybe it's just some of our other sales tax that come in and maybe retail. Hopefully our retailers didn't feel that as much as we did as the city.
I can tell you this, in December, it wasn't because my wife wasn't trying. Sometimes the trucks came to my house.
Amazon, huh?
That's right, Amazon. So, yeah, my wife did her part.
Well, anyway, so we're to kind of jump back in. Y'all can see I think it's roughly about 85,000 below where we had projected initially.
And that's citywide.
That's citywide.
Citywide.
So if y'all want to continue on to the sales tax snapshot on here, if you can see, I mean, retail is 53% of what we bring in, 12% on food service, 9% on utilities, and then telecom, and then everything else really matches for the majority of that. With our companies in town, our big payers, they've continued to do well. And Amazon, of course, has really helped us tremendously here in Santa Fe.
Why is there two Amazons?
Because one is Amazon, that Amazon sells directly from Amazon.com, and then the other are like the sailors on Amazon.
Oh, I could put my stuff on Amazon and sell it. I see.
Yes, ma'am.
This new sales tax snapshot, is this the new program that we bought into?
Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
the HDL.
I like it. Shows me a lot of stuff. I like
Yeah,
it.
that's
I like
what
it.
I've
I-
never had this kind of information.
That's what I'm
Because
telling you, I like
before,
it.
they said that
Yeah.
we couldn't get it.
It's
Finally, some of
extremely-
our money paid off.
Can you,
But I like to see
tell us
that.
what DOLGEN Corp is?
Dollar General.
Oh, Dollar General. Okay.
Can you rest
Dollar Gen, I get it.
Wow.
It's not on there. It's not in the top 10.
Gotcha.
Any questions for the
Who is
snapshot?
the McKinney restaurant group?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Okay.
Seth, on the industry segment collections trend, other services for the month of December, that 430%, that one seems to be a standalone number compared to everything else. Do you know what that is or why that's that way?
I'm sorry, where are you at, Brad?
In the bottom right part of the page, industry segment collections trend, where December, it says other services, 430%. Do you know why that number is the way it is compared to all the other numbers?
I cannot tell you. I'm not sure on that one. I'll find out though and send that to you guys.
I'm wondering if that's where Amazon falls, and then that would be Christmas driven. Just speculating.
You think that would still be the right percent?
That's crazy, though, 430%.
It looks like
But other services, as far as what we collect, only makes up 5%. So Even though on a percentage basis it's a big number, I don't know that it's necessarily a big
It's just an
dollar.
increase for that month, and maybe it's like a subscription. I'm not sure for that one in particular.
I'm just wondering why that one number was so different than every other number in that chart.
Might be subscription, because it's in December.
That's what I was thinking.
Renewing for the-
Renewing the subscription, so I'm gonna guess that's probably what it is. But I will send y'all an update on that, because I don't want to give y'all a guess. All right. And then if y'all are ready, we're going from the sales tax to the current economic development and project status. If we can. So one big thing that, and I appreciate y'all's support on the drainage projects, that y'all had committed to $750,000 to help the city with infrastructure. That went out for bid. Unfortunately, we only received one bid for two of the projects. We just did not get the bids in that we thought that we would get. So we have put that back out for bid again. And I have reached out personally to some companies, asking them to get in for these projects, to help us with drainage in the city. But I just wanted y'all to know that's kind of where we were, and I'm not going to award something when we didn't get a full complete.
Where can the companies go to get, to
On our
place that bid?
website, under the purchasing tab.
Okay.
You can go on there and do that, or through.
'Cause I'm gonna reach out to somebody I know just for,
Absolutely, absolutely.
How long will it be
Under
open?
purchasing?
How long will the bid be open?
It should be open for another 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
And then we'll bring that back before you guys. It was my hope to bring it to you guys tonight to approve those, and then it would go to city council for them to approve the contracts.
So of the 3 projects, we didn't get enough bids for any of
So
them?
there was 8 projects.
Oh, 8.
So they only bid 2, and so I talked with the company. The reason that they only bid 2 was just for the amount that they could bond, because they have another project going on right now.
Right.
But that should be closing out, and that they are going to come back and to apply. I mean, of course, we're encouraging everybody to apply for these projects, so.
I forgot that it was 8.
Are you anticipating different contractors for different jobs, or is it blanket across everything?
No, we broke it up in 8 different projects, and the idea is to kind of spread that wealth out, to have multiple people doing the projects at one time, because most of the time, if you have 8 projects going on, they're going to do one project at a time. And I think for us, for drainage, it's just our priority is to have as many projects that can be,
Knock them out all.
knock them all out at one time if we can. But, if the bids come in that way, we may go with one company, but that's definitely not the intent.
I didn't know if we would have more issues with people having a bond out. It would be too much for all of it.
Well, and it may be for some companies for all the projects. So if they just say they get project 1, 5, and 7, and somebody else gets, 2 and 3, and somebody else gets 4, they could do it that way as well. So they don't have to apply for all of them. They can just apply, just kind of like the company did that we got the bids from. They only applied for projects, I believe it was 2 and 3 that they put in for, 1 through 8. So the ones that, I know the one of them that they applied for was the one that was by Enclave over here, but they didn't apply for the rest.
Okay.
So are you putting a schedule out?
I'm sorry.
Are you putting a construction schedule out?
Yes. Yep.
So if you can find a contractor and do it all, then that schedule,
And
to do it all, that would be
that's correct.
the way to go.
We can go with them if that's the case. But I just did want to put it out to see if we had more vendors that come in, just to kind of give option and, to kind of, I don't want to say spread our money around, that's not a good term, but to give people options to come into work for the city.
What about the company that's handling Centerpoint? They be doing pretty well.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We love.
Rocking and rolling.
We'd love for them to put in, to bid.
Pretty impressive.
They're doing a really good job at Centerpoint. One other update I have for you guys is on the Bear Committee. Unfortunately, we were unable to meet last week due to, I had COVID. And so we had to cancel those meetings, and we will get those rescheduled. Next, I wanted to jump into, we completed our interviews for the EDC coordinator position. I know myself, Natalie, our city secretary, and Mr. Bob Wiley sat in for 8 interviews. And I will say this, in my professional tenure, I've never had so many great candidates for a position. I was blown away. The decisions were very hard. I think our entire applicant pool was extremely well qualified, and I think that they would all do a really good job. So we have narrowed that down to 2 finalists, and but we can, we'll talk about that later in executive session tonight. But that's for as far as my update of things that we're working on. I know that I gave y'all an update on the project on 1764. And that project is on life support. We're working right now with the developer. And so that may go forward and it may not. So I just wanted to kind of give y'all where we are on that as well. But the project's not necessarily dead. The project is definitely subject to change. So from its current standing right now. So it may look much different than what you guys have been presented in the past. But that's it for my update.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Zeth. Any questions for Mr. Zeth on any of the things that he talked about tonight? All right. So going into new business, number 1 is discussion, beautification projects throughout the city of Santa Fe. So who's going to take the lead on that
I
one?
can take the lead on that. I know that we had talked about, and part of the strategic plan was doing beautification projects, and murals was a beautiful option for the city. I know that we've gotten a couple at our businesses here in town, but we've talked with a couple different local artists and looking at possibilities. So tonight, I just wanted to have discussion from you guys on what we're kind of looking for from the city and then from the EDC. If murals is something that we would like to go through, I think it can be a costly amount of money, but there's some ways that I think that we can do it for fairly inexpensive items that we can get throughout the city. I know that from council, we discussed on this wall potentially putting all of the cattle brands that are registered at the county clerk's office. On this wall in particular, that was just one idea that was brought forward. Would that be something that y'all would entertain? We've also got some options I know Ms. Shortner put together for you guys to look at, just as discussion items in your packet, y'all look at, for items that, that are reflective of the city of Santa Fe. Not that these have to, these are set in stone, but I think that they're beautiful options, and maybe we look at even, partnering with some of our businesses who'd be willing along our Highway 6 corridor to help beautify that with some murals. So do y'all have any thoughts on that y'all would like to discuss?
Just a little description. This Longhorn one up here, that's featured in Brenham. In fact, I've seen that one right there in person, which is beautiful. This is one he just finished up.
And this is
over
Mr.
here on
Doug
the
Heiser.
left. Pardon?
This is Mr. Doug Heiser.
Yes, sir. And then he sent me the buffalo because we were talking about the Indians, and he was the one that did the Indians with the feathers on the front of the building over here.
Terry, did you tell me y'all contacted somebody and might have an artist that might help us not only with the labor part, we would furnish the paint kind of like we did when we talked about the thing. Can you tell us what you know about that?
He's worked for me at my campuses painting. He can paint big. Just because you can paint little doesn't mean you can paint big. But he can paint big. He reached out to me the other day, and I explained to him what we were looking for. He was looking for schools. And I said, because he wants to do it because he wants to use it for advertising. He wants to video it and use it for advertising. So I just told him, I would mention it, and he said he didn't want anything. He didn't want any money. This was for school murals, and I said, well, we've talked to different artists about if we supplied the paint. He said he'd love to sit down with us. So
Was that
Does
the,
he have any pictures that he?
he can,
Okay.
yeah, he can send them.
What's his name?
Dodge. His last name is Dodge. He goes by HP. I don't know what that stands for. HP Dodge.
was that the understanding we had when we had the discussions before about the utility boxes and stuff around town, that we would supply paint if we could get the labor donated or whatever?
Yes.
And I know we talked about that briefly once before, but is that something that would fit into this category as well?
Well, there's two different things. To me, it's I guess the traffic signal boxes is one thing. These murals are more that we would put on the side of buildings, maybe inside here. We just have to decide where we're going to do that. To me, those are two different things.
Yeah, I mean, but the premise is the same, what he was talking about. We would buy the paint, because for those boxes, they get real hot. There has to be a specific kind of paint. We would pay for the paint
Yep.
if they would do the murals.
Yep.
The reason I was asking was I had a conversation with a lady at College of the Mainland, Christina Jantz, who's the head of the art department, and broached the subject to her about if we could partner with them and allow art students there to use this as possibly curriculum-driven stuff that the professors would approve, if we would be able to do that. And she was looking into it.
We'd furnish the materials and they'd furnish the labor.
Right, and they would benefit from it.
Benefit from it, that's right.
Paid for their classes and stuff, and so she's having discussions with the faculty because they have to approve that in a syllabus and things like that. But I wanted to know if that was still something that was possible to continue that conversation.
I think we're wide open for anything, right now. It's all about talking about it.
Now, the Indian out front, he had the art department come, students from the art department in when they did that.
From College of the Mainland?
No, sir, here in Santa Fe.
Oh, Santa Fe, okay.
Which he said on the mural, if he wanted to do the mural, then he could enlist those kids from there also.
Okay.
Because he has a relationship with them, and as far as that, I think he even goes into communities and does classes and everything.
Yeah, he goes all over the place.
Yeah.
I've seen things, he's all over the state,
Yeah.
doing different things.
Well, I'll reach back out to her and continue that conversation, but I thought that would be something that would help in this area of beautification.
Oh, no, great.
And plus, it's a way for us to partner with them. Because
Well,
I think we give some money, the city gives money to the college anyway, right? On a pretty regular basis.
Everybody that lives in this city gets
City,
money
our
to
residents
college.
pay, they pay College of the Mainland taxes.
You give money to the college of the
That's what I'm
mainland.
saying, we have a.
Yeah, I have that.
I can't remember what it is, yeah.
The city has in the past given to the College of the Mainland, but we have not done that this year.
No, I mean, what you're talking about, there's a tax that
Yes.
goes, that's designated for them, that comes from the city of Santa Fe.
Absolutely, yeah. And we pay more to the College of the Mainland than we do to the city of Santa Fe.
That's what I was saying. So that would be, to me, a smart way for us to, I will say, use that, but since we already do that, for them to partner with us in this way.
I think that's great. That'd be a
If
great
you would,
part.
Brad, stay in touch with them and find out. I mean, it's, right now it's about a discussion. Well, let me ask you this. To me, in my mind, there's two things. There's the traffic boxes and then the murals. Those are two different items. Now, do we want to pursue both, or do we want to pursue one and just concentrate on that?
Well, we had already approved 2 boxes.
2 boxes, that's right.
And that was the freebie guy.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that you have to keep in consideration is people that do it for free, they could happen the same way as the other guy. You could walk, because we've been working on this project long time, Johnny, right?
Oh, wow.
Well, that's why I thought having the students there, because they have a little bit of skin in the game as far as having it for class credit or a grade or something. So it wouldn't be the same type of situation where they would just up and walk away. If they had, some people in the past had offered to do it for free, and then there's no.
I'm sure
reason.
they're great, they have a lot of talent, too.
To your point, Pam, kind of where I stand on it is I feel we only have so much resources, and resources, I mean time, more than per se money. I feel I personally would rather pursue opportunities that bring more of a return to the city and to businesses than beautification. Now, if it's not much work and it's not much money, I'm okay with that. But I mean, this has turned into a project, and I just don't feel
I
like,
know, I've spent a lot of, and Terry spent a lot of time on.
I just don't feel like there's a return there. I think we can be doing a lot of other things than focusing on beautification. I feel
But-
we have a lot that we could work on in Santa Fe.
Beautification doesn't mean that it's aesthetic things. It means that you're using the art to increase your economic development in your community. And it's just not Santa Fe all surrounding areas. League City's been written up. Alvin does a tremendous job. Texas City's getting into it. Galveston.
And my only
So
argument.
we're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, but my only argument to that is if you look at what they generate in sales tax revenue compared to what the city of, they have so much money, they're looking for ways to spend it. We're not in that situation.
I don't know if Alvin's
have an
in
idea.
that or not, but in addressing what you're saying is that I think it's an inexpensive way to generate more. People want to make their homes here. It's appealing to young people.
Businesses.
Businesses, but that we're a thriving community, that we can do that sort of thing. But
Again, I don't feel like any business or me as a consumer, I'm gonna move to Santa Fe or open a business because there's murals. I'm gonna view it differently, more practical.
I want to say one other thing. The main reason we got stagnated on the boxes is because we were told that the state forbid them. And that was the information that we got, and so we had to put it on hold
That's
until
what the
it.
state gave us. I mean, the
Yeah,
state.
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying somebody made it up. I'm just saying, so by the time we finally got everything approved, he was down the road. It took us 6 months to get that. So they would have already been done had we had but, I mean, that's the information we got. And once we got, like I said, by the time we got all the approvals, he was down the road. So it wasn't like he told us he'd do it one day and then the next day he was gone. He just told us he was.
Stopped by the state, because we thought the state wasn't going to let us do it.
Right.
That's right.
My idea is to have these murals, if we're gonna do let's lean into the brand. So if we're gonna do cows and bulls, let's have a purpose. So each mural has a named bull, each box has a named bull, and they're different. That way you can put it on some type of little tourist thing, come see the bulls of Santa Fe, Texas, and get your picture, and have it mapped out so they go find all the bulls. I know my little boy at 4, he'd be I found Bevo, I found Fred the bull, I found.
We don't have one named Bevo, I'm just saying.
I understand that, but if we're gonna spend money, we might as
Get
well,
out there right out front.
Just saying, no Bevos.
we've gotta make it something that someone wanna come take some pictures.
It's like the trees in Galveston, all the carved
it does
trees.
generate business.
It's not much, but it's something, it's something, with the influencers, they're always trying to one-up each other. So that's just an idea.
I do think that it's a good point that Brad made on, partnering with College of the Mainland. If we can get them to do this for free, then that's a, pretty low cost for just the paint and then the sealant or whatever that you have to paint over it. I'm not sure the terminology, that's not my wheelhouse, but if we
You do
could-
have to seal it, you're correct.
do. And if we can, partner maybe with them, or if we can have, other local artists who would, do it at, either free to us or at low cost, I do think that it's a great option to explore. But like you said, I know that League City, I think that they paid it somewhere in the $100,000 ballpark for murals, and that's definitely not the
I'm not looking to
intent
do
of
that, no.
anything,
It's
that
not in
we
our
want
wheelhouse,
to
I don't
do
think.
here. But, they've got the funds to do that, which is
That's
great
right,
for
that's
them.
right.
But if we can definitely partner, I think it'd be great to have that throughout the city, maybe even on the traffic boxes, but that's the discussion. This tonight was just discussion, just to see what, the direction that you guys wanted to go with this, and, I think it's a lot of value added, and we can have those conversations with College of the Mainland.
If I remember correctly too, part of strategic planning talked about beautification as part of what.
Main corridors.
Yeah, so it's not something that we're just thinking or doing. It's
No, it's-
also
it's
supporting
definitely-
what came out of that,
Correct.
those meetings and the strategic plan from the city council.
Absolutely.
And also addresses that in our comprehensive plan that we spent $200,000 on.
I have
That was BB.
a suggestion. Why don't we have a committee meet with Brad and the College of the Mainland? And so we can bring it back to the board next month. And that way, instead of sitting here, we can get together and get with them. And that way we'll have all the information and we won't be guessing.
That's right. I like the idea of, to me, I mean, I like the idea of College to the Mainland because we all pay a lot for College to the Mainland. If we get a little back, and it helps the kids, I'm okay with that. I'm like Matt, we don't have a whole lot of money to spend on this project. We do have a little bit of time, you know, and I'm not saying I'm not against it at all, but, you know, but I would like to get started. And I would think, if I was starting the project, I'd start with the boxes, because we've already said that's what we want to do.
approved it.
Yeah, that's about approved. Let's maybe let them start with that and see where it goes. I mean, that might be the way to go. It's a smaller project, would be better for them to start, and if they do a good job, then we move on to
Towards the end of the
murals.
school year, they don't have a lot of time, you know,
That's right.
between now and then, so maybe you can, but if we could sit down with them and meet, and that way, by the time we meet next month, we can say, look, we've talked to them, this is what they'll do for us, and let's get them the paint and get them started before the end of the school year.
All right, so in the interest of time, what if we do this? Brad's already kind of kicked it off at the College to the Mainland, so he's definitely going to be on. Pam and Terry have done a little work.
You're the
on
chair.
I would like to reach out to Santa Fe ISD also.
Okay, that's fine, reach out to them. So could you three be a subcommittee of our committee and kind of pull that together and then bring whatever information you got back to the entire committee, and we'll kind of go from there. Everybody all right with that?
Sure.
Yep. All right. Mr. Zeff, you good? All right. Good, thank you very much, good discussion. All right, so it looks like we're going to go to item 2. I'm going to read this. Executive session under section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code. A government body can conduct a closed business meeting to deliberate an employee's appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or resignation. So at this time, I've got 7:38. I'd like to call us, go into executive session, and we'll have a discussion about hiring an EDC director/coordinator. Good enough? All right. All right, the green light's back on. All right, it is now 9:09. We are back out of executive session. We had a very good discussion in the back. Because of, at this time, there'll be no action required on the executive session tonight. All right, we'll move on to a summary of action items for this agenda. I think we pretty much kind of sum it up. We already talked about the beautification, and we've appointed a subcommittee to look at some of the possible getting College to the Mainland to work with us, and also Pam's going to check with Santa Fe School to talk about working on some beautification projects for our committee. Any request for future agenda items for next month? Anyone have anything that we know of? If you've got any, as between now and then, if you've got any, if you'll contact Zeth, myself and Pam and Zeth have an agenda setting meeting before this thing. Just contact one of us or mainly probably Zeth until we get till a new person might come on board with us, and we'll let them kind of handle that. So just let us know. We're open to pretty much whatever you got to think. Schedule first meetings. Next meeting is just the normal meeting for March.
Does that be on the 23rd?
I don't have a calendar in front of me. Everybody got a calendar?
I'm looking at the calendar.
March 23rd?
The last Tuesday of the month.
Okay, last Tuesday?
Oh, I mean the 21st.
Or,
Okay.
31st.
I will not be here for that meeting.
or is it that y'all want to do it on the 24th?
Let's do it on the 24th,
Is that okay with everybody, 24th?
What day of the week is that?
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Just a week before.
Okay. Is everybody okay with that? Next meeting will be March 24th? Seeing no dissenters, we'll just set it for March 24th.
Oh, yeah, good.
Okay with that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Announcements.
Okay, I got lots of announcements. The first one I have doesn't have a date for it, but Santa Fe Fire and Rescue is taking donations of cases of water for summer coming up. So if anybody wants to donate any cases of water, they do a lot for us, so you just drop it by. They're also taking donations of dresses or purses or any kind of accessories for prom dresses, for prom girls that can't afford to go buy those. You can drop them off at the fire station, and the girls will have a day to come shop and get dresses, shoes, purses,
Cool.
et
I like that
cetera.
idea. Cool.
So both of those things are happening at this location on 646. The next thing I have is we have a couple of brand new businesses here in Santa Fe. Nene's Place is a daycare at the former Pentecostal church over here. They've started a daycare. It's called Nene's Place, and we have a ribbon cutting there on March 4th with the Chamber of Commerce at 9 a.m. And then we also have another ribbon cutting for our Taekwondo studio. That one's coming up this Saturday on the 28th at 3 p.m. It's in the same shopping center as Food Town. It's a brand new Taekwondo business right there on the corner next to the pizza place behind McDonald's.
Fish and tackle place
Yes,
used to
where
be.
Fish Sticks used to be. The city has Touch a Truck coming up on the 7th at Runge Park. And it was a big hit last year, so I wanted to mention that because the kids really like it. Our next Santa Fe Chamber meeting is March 11th, and it's anybody that wants to know about what's at the corner of 646 and 1764. The CenterPoint Energy will be there to tell you all about it. He'll be there to answer questions. So we hope that you'll join us at the Chamber Luncheon on March 11th.
Would that be Mr. Dugan that's coming?
No, it is DeVille. Mason DeVille is who's coming.
Okay.
And he will be there to explain about it and answer any questions that people have to. So I felt like that it's a great time to have CenterPoint come talk. And the last thing is BayHap. Pam and I usually attend those. The next one is at March 26th at the Lakewood Yacht Club at 4 p.m. That's all I got.
So we attended the last week, and it was the state of the economy, and we're doing really good.
Texas,
Uh-huh.
Texas is doing
Well,
really
this,
good.
yeah, this area too.
It is,
So,
it is.
And the other, we went to the Galveston Economic Development Partnership. That was at the Grand last week.
Very
And
well attended.
yeah, very well attended.
And I forgot to mention during my executive report, y'all forgive me, that I met with BayHep last week, and during that meeting, they mentioned to me just how much industry is moving just in Galveston County, maybe not specifically Santa Fe, but I can tell you, I think that our workforce here in Santa Fe will benefit with the projects that are coming.
The shipbuilding.
The shipbuilding, that's right, in Galveston. I think
Icebreakers coming to Galveston.
it's going to be huge for.
Yeah, they're building icebreakers in Galveston, and,
Ironic, huh?
They had, yeah,
but they're,
I thought about that.
they're teaching the kids at COM how to weld, to make those icebreakers. So as soon as they come out of college, they're gonna go
job.
there and,
Perfect.
And Galveston College too.
Perfect.
yeah.
Galveston College doing it too? Any further announcements?
That's all I got.
All right, if not, we'll go right to adjournment. I'll accept the motion for adjournment.
So moved.
So moved, second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We're adjourned.